during the last 90 days, I've been running every single day without a break. During the last 3 months, I've been running every single day without taking a break. I've been coming out here or to my sports field in my city where I'm living mostly. And I've been running every single day at least 3 kilometers, but more like 3.5 kilometers. So this was my normal, and I've been doing it every single day, whether it was raining, whether it was night, whether it was day, whether I did have the mood for that, whether I've been going through something emotionally, whether something bad should happen in my life, whether I was sore, whether I didn't have calories inside my body, and so on and so forth. So pretty much every single day I've been putting on my running shoes and I've been running every single goddamn day, but I do not want to repeat myself anymore. So brother, I would like to double down on something, because I've really been blessed to gain something which is super deeply impacted my life. And so this is the thing that I wanted to talk to you about. And this is not necessarily about I've been able to breathe better, and I wouldn't necessarily want to talk about the physical aspects of this, but that's also one thing. So pretty much what have happened is that my condition improved. So I'm not as tired. I'm able to go through the days with a better energy. I'm not getting that exhausted. I just simply have more and more energy. But I would say in a kind of an energy that this is stamina. So when I'm tired, I can just go longer. It's like when I'm tired, I can work not 10 more minutes, but 2 or 3 more hours. It's like I'm exhausted. It doesn't matter. Like I pretty much reached the state when I just pretty much cannot get knocked out physically. It's like I cannot collapse or something. It's like there were days when I've been working, and there are many days when I'm working 10 days or 10 hours or 12 hours. And I had many days when I've been like working like 6 hours without a break, like straight, like standing, calling, building, calling, building, calling, building. And I was like, man, like I have to shoot myself down somehow, because I really cannot stop. But this is good and nice, but I wanted to talk about something that is perhaps way more important. And that thing didn't happen, as you can now imagine, on the level of my muscles in my legs, nor in the stamina, which is also super great. But something have happened inside of my head. Something have happened inside of my heart, I would say. And what I do mean by that is that I taught myself something. I taught myself that no matter how hard the actual task or the actual thing that I'm doing at this very moment, if I'm able to stick through, and if I'm able to go through that thing, then I will be getting my reward. Let me tell you an example. I had very many days when I've been just simply coming out here and I was blue. Maybe I didn't sleep enough. Maybe I was sleeping too much. Maybe something bad happened in business. Maybe I've been going through a minor or major emotional state. Maybe minor or major depressive states. And so what I found is that there weren't any days when I just simply couldn't come out here and get my running session done and just simply get that reward by the end of the day. So pretty much my bare minimum to work out every single day is to run 10 rounds over here. And so many days I'm at a fortunate state to be able to run even more, and I'm just running more. But that's my bare minimum, like 10 rounds here, which accounts to 3 kilometers plus running from here to home, from home, and plus back home running. It's like 3.5, almost 4 kilometers. But the point is that my bare minimum is 10 rounds, and also 5 intervals, which means that 500 meter sprint. And so there were many days when I felt like, bro, like I will be dying. And if you watched my video from yesterday too, I was at a state when I was like, man, like I don't want to be here. It's like this thing sucks. Like I don't want to do this thing. It's like I don't want to do this thing. I want to blow up. It's like I don't want to live this life. You know, I have very, very dark thoughts. And I came out here, and after the running session, I got back to my place again. Also, when I felt, I had many days when I felt like everything was lost. Everything is lost. And bro, don't tell me that you do not have blue days. Don't tell me that you do not have blue days. Science also showed that we have maximum in every single 2 months period, we have at least one aggressive, or I would conclude as emotional breakdown, which means that you're like, fuck this shit, I'm going out there and I'll be like breaking something. Every single human being, no matter if you're a CEO, no matter if you're, and just have super high emotional control, no matter if you are a dentist, lawyer, like this is human shit. It's like, this is how we work. And so don't tell me that you do not have bad days and blue days. This is not how we work, bro. You're lying to yourself. And so when I do have those days, I'm like, man, if I'm going through this thing, somehow I'm just getting to this place when I'm like, good. You know, it's like, I've accomplished something. Now I got the mood to do shit. And this could be partly accounted to, obviously, dopamine, and with working out comes a huge release of endorphins too. But the most important thing is that some pathways inside my head is like, have been built. Like some pathways in my mind have been formed. And that thing namely looks like that no matter how hard the task might be, I just simply know that by the end of the day, I will get my reward. So no matter how shitty the situation I'm in, I know and I see every single time and every single day the light by the end of the tunnel. Do you know what I mean? So no matter how shitty and hard and complicated my day might be in business, for example, yesterday I'm like, bro, like I had like 7 calls, and in every call I like 2 or 3 problems popped up that is not good in the system, and we have to rethink shit and so on and so forth. It's like many problems, at least 15 problems that I had to solve yesterday. It's like, and not necessarily so major problems, but still, like, you will have to figure them out and you will have to solve them, because those are all breakpoints of, if one of those things just simply doesn't work, like maybe the whole system can be, you know, out of the window. So it's like they are super important to work. And so I do remember that, for example, a year ago, I would have been handled that situation, and I would have been getting a panic attack, and I would need to come out here and run out the thoughts of myself and calm down and go back and start the thing again. But now I'm just able to go through that thing. Now I'm just able to go and just see all the time the light at the end of the tunnel. And so what is happening is that my mind just simply learns, like, it doesn't matter how hard it might be. If you're going through that then thing will be solved. You're getting your reward, and you're just good. So one thing that you never do is you don't give up. It's like, if you're selling something, you never ever fucking give up, because you can do that shit. And so this is perhaps the most important thing. And every single activity that I'm doing, and most of my activities are around business and sports, I'm just doing that. It's like, now I know that I did set for myself if I'm running 10 rounds today. I don't care, you know, like, today I felt comfortable and a bit like, you know, bro, like, I'm supposed to be doing a bit more thinking, because I've been doing too much operations pretty much the last days, and I was like, man, okay, let's do some more thinking. So, you know, like, don't kill yourself and so on and so forth. But the point over here being is that I didn't really want to, you know, push myself or something, but I'm still doing those things every single day, because that's how I'm forming this pathway inside my head. And so no matter what kind of, going back to my thought, no matter how hard that activity might be, so for example, whether it be that I'm building a process in my business, whether it will be that I'm going through a running session, I just have that battle. I will be going through that thing. If I did set out that I'll be solving a problem today in my business, let it be on a, no matter what kind of a problem that might be, I'm solving that. I will not. I don't eat before I have been able to solve that thing. I do not eat. And this is actually the major thing that I've been blessed to learn over here is that, bro, like, no matter what is happening, I'm just going through that thing. And so another benefit of that is that I'm just I'm just somehow feeling invincible because I'm not afraid of anything anymore, you know, because I know that I can solve any kind of problem that is presented in my life. Maybe with time, maybe with different tools, but this is the this is the actual blessing and lesson that there aren't things in my life that I cannot solve. And I'm not saying this that, I read Tony Robbins' book and I'm like, bro, like, let's awaken the giant within and, let's become a multi-billionaire in 2 weeks and so on and so forth. I'm not necessarily talking about the enthusiastic, like I can solve all kind of problems in my life, but I'm talking about the grounded motherfucker from the grounded motherfucker who knows that. I'm feeling that from my base that I can solve anything. And whether you believe it or not, it can be formed, and it had been formed with the simple damn habit of running every single God-given day. Or more importantly, doing something that sucks and just simply going through that thing, which you'll be just simply teaching to yourself and teaching to your mind that, man, no matter what is happening, you're just simply getting through that thing, and by the end of the day, you're getting your reward. And this way, you're never collapsing. And when you're collapsing, when you're getting knocked out, you're just getting back in 10 minutes. That's it. You cannot ever be kicked out or knocked out. So, brothers, it is good to think about improving yourself. But the actual gains perhaps will come from you actually doing something that is hard, that's not comfortable. And going through these things, it's not about only the physical. If you can if you can see that I didn't really talk about the physicals, but more about the mentals. And yeah, this is also a super important part of this video, that I'm not an athlete, and I'm not considering myself an athlete at any part, because if I'd be an athlete, then that would be my normal thing. I do feel, and I do think that athletes do feel the same way too. It's like that's perhaps something that is coming with sports. Love.